you doing, man?
Doing good. Just had some pizza.
Oh, I thought this was like, okay, he's doing good. We're great.
Led you in with that a little bit there.
You had some pizza?
Yeah.
All right, what kind of pizza do you have?
It's normally called pepperoni, but apparently it's...
Yeah. So actually, so there is pepperoni here. So if you guys
different though.
We're going to an American game now, so we can talk about this for American viewers. So in Europe, pepperoni, at least in Germany in particular, it's not pepperoni that we're used to in the U.S. It's not like a piece of meat. It's actually like peppers.
Yeah.
Not paprika. It's kind of like jalapenos, but not really.
Spicy pepper.
Yeah. So there actually is pepperoni here though. If it says pepperoni salami, that's what you look for. But anyways, past the pizza talk, because I had some pizza as well and it was delicious. We have Danglers up against Globochem as our final match of the day. Globochem, the pretty much defending champions, I guess we can say, since they won the Onward Invitational just last June, and they've been first place every season since season 2. And Danglers currently ranked number 2 themselves at 3-0, just 20 MMR shy of Globochem. So there's a good chance it's going to be a phenomenal match as we kick things off.
Jumping directly into it as well, seeing how things split up from the opening splits, it's looking like for the time being, Globochem is actually going to be holding back for the most part, playing a lot more passive. The Danglers, well, they've already split up into their own defensive setup here, which is actually a pretty wide matrix. They don't necessarily have a lot of tradability going for them right now, so they are going to have to be cautious about that when we start to see Globochem make their push. They are kind of just hanging out right now, though, so I'm not sure what's going on with them.
Well, inside the burning building, very crucial point for teams to hold on to. Look at that big grouping though of Globochem. Again, I mean, I'm expecting Globochem easily to be the favorites in this one. I mean, they just walked over most teams just last month. The Onward Invitational in Leicester is how I like to call it, UK, even though it's actually called Leicester. But either way, Danglers, I mean, they're number 2. They're number 2 for a reason, and it's up to them to challenge out against the likes of Globochem. And already off the bat, slower pace. If you're joining us and you don't know much about Onwards, it's an FPS game in VR, and it has elements of like your Rainbow Sixes, of your CSs, of your Call of Duty / Battlefields, and a very, very fun game as well. A very actually high level to play this at the current level we're seeing, just for all the little things you have to pay attention to with, you know, throwing grenades, with communication as well, which is very limited because of the fact of your radio can give you your position away if there's an enemy nearby. We do see Arsenic here actually going for a position to watch over, it seems like, his teammates.
And a long-range scope on his gun as well, so he can spot from this distance. The problem is I just don't think he has that good of an angle to be able to see anything from this position right now. Nobody's really peeked out against him. He can just camp here. That's the good news, is his teammates are also going to be making a long run way over on the north side of the map, so he can hang out here if he wants to. And we'll see how that evolves over the next coming few moments here. So again, Danglers still split up quite a bit in their own matrix that they've gone for here defensively. Just basically split up, and it's basically an even formation across the map, splitting out evenly from the actual point.
Executioner here. Great name, by the way. Mexican Executioner. Or he's a Mexicutioner. Raphael.
Big fan
teddy bear.
Big fan of emojis.
Yeah, he's a star, as you can see.
And a crosshair apparently as well.
He's a cross-hairing star bear. Nice. See, that's how I know we're in sync. The thing is, Danglers have already lost out on a player towards the northern side. Globochem, with the 4 players towards the north, has been able to take advantage of that. This player here, Otto, was actually, I think, the one to secure that frag, kind of by himself, but is able to get some decent information here. Now Danglers have to kind of respond to this. I think it was Arsenic playing the very south side with the scope, if I'm not mistaken. He's actually pushed up towards a building now, so kind of closing them in, trapping the team of Danglers. So 2.5 minutes left to work, and
it's about to warn. He's got to be careful not to give away too many sound cues here, but he ends up just firing out some shots anyway, which will quite obviously give him away to anyone in the nearby area.
He's drawing attention. He's getting them all to shoot at him.
Problem is, though, that could lead to his death in a moment. So we do see
a precise jump as well. Nintendo, that was a great. Actually, that's a smart name.
Nintendo, I get it.
Yeah, I like it. But the thing is, Danglers have lost another player. Globochem has finally lost their first man of the round, but they do have the man advantage consistently here. Thunder Pilot. Use that smoke to his advantage again, trying to be very wary of all these different directions he could be attacked from. The player is still inside the burning building at the moment, though, towards the left-hand side of your screen. Let's go with Stumpy Nub. There we go.
He's gonna get a bit of a bold push out into the open right here. Thankfully, it's relatively safe. Him and his teammate will actually be moving together right now. Nate to support their push. Probably gonna be popped out here in a second as well. Over the hill with that one. Now they'll make their run forward as they do have two teammates flying into the open here, but Stumpy Nub's going to be able to take care of one of them from the looks of things. Problem is, he'll lose his teammate a moment later, so he's got to be careful. So we are now down into a 2 versus 2 situation. One hiding on that roof as well, so Stumpy Nub has to be very cautious.
Well, it looks... I don't know what game Toast is playing, but... Oh, he's playing Q-Op. He's playing Q-Op here on Onward at the moment.
He's playing Hangman more than anything.
Or he's playing, I'm sorry. He's a giraffe. Oh, he's a giraffe. Oh, the round's over. I just missed it because I was laughing too hard. His head. Oh, no, we're still in. We're still in. We're still good. No, what happened?
Globochem took it.
Okay. Oh, do we have a replay of that? Can we cue that replay? Is that possible, production? Because I want to see that one more time. Because I don't know what was happening to their characters, but
Look like a
one of them needs to go to the chiropractor.
look like a Gary's Mod video for a second there.
That's exactly what I was imagining. Or was it like the climbing game where you have to use like WASD to like move a different part of their body and to climb on other people? I can't remember the name.
Oh, I forget that one.
Whatever. It's probably better that I don't look it up. But yeah, we'll hopefully have that replay for you soon. I really don't know what that was.
I think, if I remember correctly, I think sometimes the spectator mode, like, the models get a little funky sometimes. So that might
little? His head was straight like 5 feet off of his body. That was great. Well, either way, Globochem do take the round. Let's move on past that until we get the replay. Then we're going to watch it like 7 times. Danglers, going to be a little bit more careful of losing a player right off the bat. Actually, I didn't see what happened at all at the end. I'm not going to lie. I was laughing way too hard to actually see it. I had myself muted because I didn't want you guys to hear me cackling like a witch. This is where you say blue. No, you don't cackle like a witch to help, you know, to make me feel better.
Well, I mean, the problem is you unmuted yourself at one point.
Yeah,
I think they heard you for a millisecond.
Yeah, that was my bad.
There's no evidence to dispute against it now. That's the issue.
Well, I mean, to be fair, even if while it was muted, they could probably hear me through your microphone. So I don't think that was really going to help me either way.
I think I muted before you, actually.
Well, again, Globochem, we just joined us. There we go. Look at this. His body's proning, but his head is saying, "No, I need more vision." That's what happens. Like when your left hand goes, like your left hand wants to do something different for your right hand. You know, except it was his head and his body completely.
Just it's a perk.
Can we say it one more time? That's in ultra slow motion. Is that possible?
It's like the extendable neck perk.
He was like Stretch Armstrong. Like the Oh, that was great.
Oh, we are once again, ladies and gentlemen, just waiting for the players to ready up in the planning phase.
Remember we talked about earlier on, like that physicality comes into this. If you're really tall, you can have a wide wingspan. He just has a really long neck, you know, and he's able to play those positions.
Is that it?
Yeah, because you know, like for instance, like in Echo Arena, it's very advantageous to have like a wide wingspan because you can cover more area of a goal. Here, it's really advantageous to have a super long neck.
Extendable neck.
Yes.
It seems in this case.
Well, we theorized about that, right? Like what if people made mods, like for instance, like Arena, to like make their arms longer?
Oh yeah,
To take the controllers and extend them further. Obviously, you can't hit anything, but you can still swing the controller, right? What if they did that for here, where he has the thing that like makes his
shoots his headset up like 5 feet above his head?
Hopefully, just his headset, not his head, because I don't think he's alive anymore. Then
I think we have that replay ready to go. Well, one more time, however. So let's take one more closer look at the action there.
I think he actually told me they can't slow it down.
Oh, I thought I heard something different. That's my bad.
And the round started. Okay, so let's watch that player again. Let's see if he's got that in the bag, because that was impressive as hell. That made my night, honestly. The best part was like he was still peeking, you know?
Yeah. It was just like I guess like the the spectator POV just like couldn't keep up with his the rest. Did you notice his arms and his head were correct, which would be like the normal tracking points, but I think like the game like couldn't figure out where the rest of his body should have been. so it just like
so good.
Just sunk it into the floor or something like that.
Oh, wow. That was a quick frag.
He got, that's such a nice shot, actually. That's coming from pretty much like the opposite side of the map right there. Nice done by Globochem. You can see the corpse of the player, the Danglers, right below the camera right now. So he got picked off from way down that street by someone on Globochem. Very well done.
Gives the man advantage 30 seconds in, too, most importantly. Got to be also really frustrated if you're that player. Stumpy Nub. Danglers Stumpy Nub, I should say. Oh, please go to the ambulance after this round, because I want to hear Blues' ambulance sound.
Is that you bracing the observer for that? No?
Yeah, because it's different in America and in Germany or Europe.
That's true.
Police sirens and ambulance sirens.
Well, which one do I do?
Both. Make you remember.
Okay, I think I remember them both. I've only been in Europe for like 3 weeks. So.
How's your German coming along? Flawless?
Ist nicht so gut.
That's like literally the only thing you've been able to say this entire 3 weeks, and that you knew that before you came here.
It's okay. I installed a Duolingo today, so.
Did you?
Yeah.
I installed that 6 years ago, and I still have yet to use it.
Gonna jump back on my lessons ASAP. Well, we do have that one.
Das Brot ist Wasser.
Did you say the bread is water?
Yeah, I did. Well, Raphael, I'll bring it back. I'm sorry. Actually, Danglers did have a man in-capped here. Finisher hasn't come in from Globochem. I'm assuming that was from a nade, because we did hear one go off just not too long ago.
I mean, overall, they're just like denying any attempts for the Danglers to take map control right now. If you look across the map, we can see that they have made like 0 forward momentum. Besides splitting off to the north and south, in terms of actually trying to go more westward and get closer to the uplink point, they've barely made any ground. And what they have pushed towards, usually the player has been picked off pretty much instantaneously. As we see most recently with Stumpy up there on the ground.
Yeah. He's
still
just,
alive, technically.
Yeah, he's still alive. He can't move. Just waiting for his hit of morphine. His gun seems to be more alive than him, actually.
His gun wants to just jump up.
If you can actually see the spectator camera in the game.
Oh, like there's just this floating eye.
You're looking at him, he's looking at you, and you're just like, leave me alone, man. And actually, in PUBG, I think the way the spectator mode used to work, before it was like officially like let out for people to see, you were a camera, people couldn't see you, but they could hear you. So you could technically come up right behind someone and just just
freak
talk
them
to
out.
them, and they would turn around, there'd be no one there. So there was like some of the funniest things you could do in that one.
That does sound hilarious.
I'm glad that players can't hear us casting, because they'd probably shoot themselves with how bad it is. Be like, all right, let's get this round over with, boys. You don't want to hear these casters anymore.
All right, let's see the Danglers. They are going to have to start making some forward momentum here eventually, as just about half their time is now gone away.
Much different pacing compared to Globochem on the attack. I mean, then again, if you're crossing a street and you get, shot like that, of course you're going to play a lot slower. By the way, the man who was knocked down before doesn't have much time left before he fully does die. And I'm imagining that Dangler's just going to let him die here at this rate.
Why is someone from Stumpy? He's kind of in the open, no? I mean, he's known if Globochem just like went out and did a quick double tap to take him down.
They know he's out in the open,
Yeah.
It's like, hey, if you're going to come res him, go ahead, but we're going to get a free shot on you. If you don't, he's going to die anyways. So it's like a win-win for them almost.
Let's see. It doesn't look like anyone's making a route over towards, but the Danglers way up on the north side, or has been flanking in that direction, does finally pick up the first kill for the Danglers so far in this round, bringing Globochem down to 4. But again, time is still their enemy here, and they, besides the northern flank, have not made a whole lot of momentum just as of yet. Another player from Globochem is going to move in and take place of their player that just ended up going down. He's got to be a little bit careful, though, because this area is now somewhat under the control of the Danglers. It's a good thing he's got the white car to work off of here.
Turn around to Auto, because he was on that building, and actually he just got that frag, too. Good job by him. He was sitting on top of the building, heard the shots, just turned around really quickly and got that one secured. Globochem going to lose another player, though. This one, again, that was actually, I think, Auto going down.
Stumpy Nub, in the meantime, has been fully killed, by the way, so he is now out of the game entirely, and this has gone down with 3v2, still favored for Globochem, and with time getting lower and lower, it shifts even more so into their favor. As Nintendo now has control over the roof, hasn't been forced to make a move just yet, but he is very, very close to combat. We can see that explains why he's taking the prone position.
I like how the NIN is like 9-inch nails.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Because isn't that how it is? Isn't it lowercase I?
Yeah, that's how you do the 9-inch nails thing.
So 9-inch nails... Tendo. I don't know. Or it's just Nintendo. It's probably just Nintendo.
Probably just Nintendo.
But Nintendo, with the body right next to him, he has the opportunity to loot him up. If Otto had anything that he could actually use for himself. It's actually, speaking of the man, just him all alone. He got flanked around towards the backhand side, I believe, and Globochem will take the round. And now let's head over to that ambulance that we were talking about earlier on. As the Blue's going to break down the difference between America and Europe and how ambulances sound. Once we get there.
He's going to find it.
He's going to remember. It's like we put him under pressure now.
Get on the wrong side of the map.
You're just saying that. I think it's actually south one street of you.
I forget where it was, actually, but I feel like it was on the other side.
No, right. Yeah, that way. I think it's that way. And then to your, I think it's to your left.
There it is.
See? Look at that. I remembered. All right. Blue, break it down.
This looks like a pretty European ambulance, so.
It's actually really good. I was surprised. I thought you were going to mess that up really badly. Okay, and now did American ambulance.
American ambulance is easy. American ambulance goes woo, 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 woo. Now we did the lights, but I don't think we can do that. We can't make
production just starts doing the lights.
We can't make sound effects from lights, unfortunately.
Well, okay, but to be fair to America versus at least Germany, American ambulances don't blast the sound when there's tons of people around on the street.
The thing with that, though, is I feel like it just sounds louder because we're in a city.
It's so loud here.
I don't think I've heard a European ambulance like on a countryside in comparison to the U.S.
Well, I've heard an ambulance in the street in America and in the street here in Europe, and Europe is far louder. It hurts your ears.
Because they need to get out of the way.
Yeah, but
there's less room on the streets in Europe.
So what?
Yeah, that's provable in my opinion.
That's provable.
Yeah. Because a lot of the streets older in Europe as well, so they weren't planned. Some of them weren't necessarily planned for cars and stuff like that, or they aren't optimal for cars. I would fear. So I feel like the U.S. has an advantage in that department.
Cologne was completely bombed in World War II. The only thing that was left standing after the war was the dome, the big cathedral.
It's still the old town that's downtown though, and a lot of those streets are pedestrian only.
Yeah, those are pedestrian, but those aren't streets meant for driving though.
Yeah.
But
what if an ambulance needs to get through there?
They just knock down all the walls. It's like Kool-Aid Man all over.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The third round now getting started. Globochem still very much in control at 2-0, and they're going to look to make that a quick 3 right here. If they can piece it together on offense now against the Danglers.
Get close to them so we can hear them. Woo! He heard the ambulance. Woo!
I think he's just really excited about something.
Yeah. But, I mean, we did see, though, Danglers do something similar to what Globochem did in the beginning, going for those shots. They actually almost caught him. Getting very close, actually. That's a really tall building. This entire city has been worn down. Probably why it's under quarantine, or it's named quarantine.
Oh, yeah. Still look at you piecing it together.
Just like zombies appear out of nowhere, and we're just in Resident Evil now.
That would be a twist. I don't think either of us would expect that.
Yeah, it's like a zombie Counter-Strike, you know? You have to not only worry about the other team, but just zombies popping out of nowhere and getting you.
They just spawn into the map randomly.
Yeah. It's like doing the uplink code, and then you hear, it's my zombie voice.
Zombies in VR are scary.
Oh no, I can't do it. I literally can't do it. I had a friend over, and they wanted me to get a scary game, and I'm like, no, why? Why would you ever do that? I'm scared just seeing something
it's not fun anymore at that point.
Yeah, no. It's not fun to piss myself. Maybe when I was a baby it was enjoyable, but I'm an old man now. It's not my go-to fun thing.
Well, again, taking a look at the positions right here. Currently looking at Nintendo on the north side of the map.
Much more defensive position for Danglers compared to Globochem in the last round, but they were super aggressive towards that north-hand side and pushed actually past the uplink quite a distance. I see Nintendo trying to hold this hill. It's the bottom side of it. Again, using it as cover. Very, very important, especially with the time to kill being so quick in this game. 2 bullets and you're gone. 2 bullets and you're out of here. Or 1 to the head and you're gone. Stumping up, though. He's actually going to be able to play this round, luckily for him. Actually, no, it wasn't him that got knocked out. Who was it that got killed instantly in the last round?
I forget who exactly.
Stumping Up was second.
Stumping Up was the one who got picked up by the ambulance very, very quickly. Which is very ironic when you think about it.
Yeah.
They get shot down right by an ambulance.
Just and then someone playing a surgery simulator in VR just gets out I got you,
Somebody
bro.
just jumps out of the van. That'd be next level.
Takes out his ribs. It's like, I got shot in the foot. Yeah, we need to take out your ribs.
He doesn't have a weapon. He just has a defibrillator. So he just goes up and has to rub them together. Clear!
Bro, I just got the flu. We gotta take out your heart.
Morphine will fix that.
3 minutes left to go here in the round.
So the only issue I would really foresee for Globochem is that they've got a very like one-dimensional push going right now. They have the one guy flanking way down to the south, but every time we've seen someone try to do like a solo flank, it hasn't been the most successful thing so far. It's usually led to that person getting picked off relatively quickly because someone would be committed to watching that and they'll catch them out in the open and there's no room for a trade, obviously. So Globochem is putting a lot of emphasis right now on this northern push, specifically as well the one player that's flanked out way to the left side over the west. Because he's about to get into a fight, actually. We could probably see someone go down here in the next couple of seconds.
That's a crucial fight, too. Danglers getting that frag. They actually eliminate the potential for the backstab coming off. So that was a good job by whoever picked that one up. Get defending that northern side. And that's the way Globochem seem to like to push at the moment. Getting a lot more firing coming. Stumpy, no!
Oh.
A one-man firing squad, this guy. Takes down 2. And now Globochem down 3 men.
Stumpy doing a fantastic job right there, just sneaking up directly on 2 of them. Thunder Pilot is also going to be looking for a little bit of a response around this mound. Well, that may not prove to be the easiest thing in the world now because Stumpy Nov has proven to be so mobile. As you can see, he's still continuing to jump all around this area. Here's a peek from Thunder Pilot. Gets the spot. Is going to be able to take him down. Only into the down state, though. Hasn't knocked him out entirely just yet. He does have to push forward a little bit more if he wants the full knockout. I think he'll go for that pretty quickly, but he overexposes himself in the process. Goes down to the Danglers. Globochem will be down to just Arsenic now.
Well, Globochem down to their last man, Arsenic. He's up against 4. Hey, Globochem, they're basically world champions. Just like American footballers are world champions when they win the Super Bowl, even though they only play against Americans. Makes no sense to me.
A few.
Same with baseball. We're the World Series, even though only American teams play.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, America would destroy everyone in every sport ever, especially soccer. Because we didn't even qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah, we didn't even qualify for the World Cup. I don't know what you're talking about there. The women's soccer team, though.
I mean, the funny thing is we have a German production team here. They can't say anything because they got knocked out in group stage. They lost to South Korea.
Oh, look at this. Look at this from Arsenic.
Oh, okay, all right. I told you, they're world champions for a reason. He's 1v4 and he's taken down 2. He's got a minute to work with here as well.
Problem is, this building is very easy to get spotted through, though, so he's got to be careful going off the top of these steps.
He's at the uplink. Is he not?
I think he has to get a little bit closer.
But, like, he has the potential to, like, upload this code already.
He might be.
Oh, don't even tell me. Don't even tell me he's going to pull this off. He's being pushed. Slowly, but he's being pushed nonetheless.
He's going to be... Oh, he had to have been close. Unfortunately, we can't see the tablet, but had to have been very, very close right there. Falls just a little bit short of entering that code in time. So we are going to see Globochem get knocked off the board. The Danglers finally will find a round for themselves now as we sit at 2-1 between the two teams.
All right, Blue.
What sound effects do we want now?
That's what I was exactly thinking of. Let's go to a rock. I want to hear you make a rock sound effect.
What does a rock sound like?
Exactly. That's what we're going to find out here from Blue. Yeah, you just passed like every rock on the map. That was like totally bad.
The windmills.
Okay, go to the windmill. Go to the windmill.
That's not even a rock.
Easy.
I don't know.
Actually, I'll close my eyes, and then I have to guess what we're doing the sound effect of that's on the screen, okay? All right?
Okay.
Okay, you
gotta
right?
find like something that was like would make a conceivable sound then.
Name the sound effect with Blue and Jason.
Okay. I'm gonna make this as if it was operable.
It was the plane, right? The plane that crashed.
It's the plane.
That was too easy.
Yeah. I don't know what a crashed plane would sound like, so I wasn't gonna get all graph. I mean, the leaves aren't moving. If the leaves were moving, I'd have something for you, but a tree makes no sound.
You could do the propane tank. Just do Hank Hill. Propane accessories.
I sell propane tanks and propane tank accessories.
A fire extinguisher. What's that in German?
It's a fire hydrant, by the way.
Same thing. Not really.
No.
What? Feuer? Who?
See, this is the problem. Again, lights unfortunately don't make sounds, so we're out of luck on this one.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, you'd be like buzz if you got closer.
No, they're like...
The crosswalks in Europe do, but not in America. They don't make any sound.
Yeah, that's true. The trash.
This is just me.
What's that sound like?
This is just me.
That's just you talking, right? I'm sorry. You were doing the same thing I was doing anyways. So I can't even feel bad about that. But should we get into the next round? Obviously, team's just talking things over. Why is there an engine over here randomly? Did that fall out of the plane?
Did you not realize that the plane parts are like scattered across the map?
Turbine.
What?
Flugzeug turbine.
That's one of those compound words.
Well, Flugzeug is airplane. And turbine is turbine.
A plane turbine.
Yeah, airplane turbine.
Yeah.
Krankenwagen. Go back to the Krankenwagen.
What's a Krankenwagen?
Krankenwagen. Ambulance.
Ow! That's the sound this one makes.
He's stuck. Our camera's stuck, guys.
Oh,
all right, that's the other show. We can't get out of the cactus anymore. Axel, you're going to make me say a really bad word in German, I can tell. I don't trust the guy that's giving me all these German words. I don't trust you anymore, Timo. I'm sorry. I just realized you could make me look like a fool and get me fired. I'm so glad I didn't say. Did you hear that?
No.
Okay, say that. Make sure you say it to Blue as well, because he was trying to get me to say cactus, but it wasn't cactus. It was armpit hair.
Okay.
He was gonna make me say.
Danger. I guess is what that one.
You know, this would be great, actually, in the downside of rounds, is to actually, like, do tilt brush, and it's like Hangman, right? He has to draw, and we have to guess, like, Pictionary.
Oh.
He has to draw and guess what it is. That'd be so sick. Like, multiplayer tilt brush, and then just do, like, Pictionary. I'm down. All right, here we go. As production is, like, telling me, Jason, shut up and focus on the game. 10 seconds to go before we're back into our 4th round. And it looks like Danglers going to be on the attack this time. I want to say it was Ribo Man that got knocked immediately across the street.
Probably, yeah.
But the uplink has moved this time for Danglers. And I have to figure out this plan of attack.
A little bit more central. So actually, I think that northern flank is going to work even better now because most of the time when they do that northern flank, they go on top of the building. That whoever's in the middle right now in North for Orange is standing on that one middle building right there. That's usually where Danglers take over. And that gives them like a perfect view of the uplink, it would seem. Right there on the left side of the screen, that building that's tied into the sand mounds. That's usually where Danglers and Globochem, to be fair, have been going for control of.
Yeah, we've seen Auto play up there before. I think that was in the first round. Was able to get one frag before being finished off. Again, slower pace. Danglers like to play a lot slower than Globochem. I think that's just a thing of confidence, to be honest. Thunder Pilot. Piloting that truck. That's why it's toppled over. Got his license at actually 10 years old. One of the youngest people ever to get his license.
Wow.
It's a Formula 1 license. And why he was driving a truck, I don't know, Blue.
There's a Formula 1 license?
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, of course. Special license, as well as like racing licenses and like motorcycle licenses are different.
I know like motorcycle licenses are different, but I thought like once you got
like driving trucks, do you have a C? Was it like a C class license or something?
I didn't think you needed to be certified to drive like F1 cars. I thought like someone just like. Yeah, well, we'll just give you a car.
If anything, it's the company that's giving you the, letting you the car. It's like, yeah, we need you to be certified.
Like obviously they test you, but like I didn't think there was like an official certification.
An official one.
Or anything like that.
Yeah, like there's like also skydiving licenses as well. You can't just like skydive whenever you want. That's I don't know why it's illegal. It doesn't actually make sense, you know, if you want to have to skydive and do it. You know, I'm just gonna keep this PG.
Let's go down a very dark tangent.
I'm going to very dark alley with this one. Even you know, Bruce Wayne wouldn't survive this dark alley.
Well, we are going to see again the Danglers finally start. And I know there's going to be a lot of heavy presence over here because this flank has been so heavily used as well. So that's why they're playing it so slow. They don't want to take any massive risk on losing someone directly on a peak, and it's a good thing they've done that. So now they've got a pretty good chance to flank Thunder Pilot. He's not in such a safe spot anymore here.
Yeah,
he is. Wow.
A lot of angles just to be careful of, though.
I'm curious how he's doing this like in real life right now.
I'd imagine they're very sore calves.
This seems like he would be on the ground, but like his chest would need to be like halfway inclined.
Well, I think the model also like kind of plays into that for him.
Mm-hmm.
But look at this thing. We have 3 men in close proximity of him.
Did that player behind the tank not spot him, I assume? I guess
no, I don't think because he's on a hill as well. He's under the hill.
Too far down behind the truck or something.
No, let's stick with this one because you know someone's gonna eventually push this direction.
On the west side of roof, on the edge.
See, here's Stumpy communicating. I think that was. Thunder has the opportunity to at least take 1 player with him. I think if he gets 2, it'd be like perfect.
He's getting massively flanked right now. They have to know he's here, considering the setup they're going for to try to take him down right now. And he is playing so passively because he has to know that pressure's about to come his
There it is.
way.
He saw one. He's going to go for the peek.
Be very careful if someone's on the other side of this truck at the same time.
It's like lying down right now. Oh my lord, what a play. He takes one. Can't get the second though. He's being pushed up on, using the cover of the tank. It's the truck, and he will be finished off here. But again, gets a lot of information for his team. Look at the amount of people he could have picked off. He actually could have got the entire team wiped there. And that was a lot of firing coming from the north side of the map here. That's going to be a person on top of the building trying to defend against this.
Problem for Danglers, they don't have a lot of cover to work with here besides the mound itself. As soon as they're over the hill, they have to rush for this rooftop.
And over the top. Oh, if he got shots off and hit people, I would lose it.
It's our resident bear over there trying to hold on at this point. Nintendo knows he takes a lot of damage, so he'll use his own morphine injection on himself just to keep him in the fight for a little bit longer.
That's dangerous. Raphael. Does he know Nintendo's pushing him? Oh, he knows now, and he gets it as well. I guess the out-aim. He's actually being shot for the low end side, but the thing is he's holding them here, which allows time for the rest of Globochem to help him flank if they want to. But as we can see, unfortunately, he will get picked off. A lot of action here. It's going to be 3-on-2. Danglers, 2 men left alive. They have the high ground at least this time, but R6 is already looking in that direction.
It's a minute and a half as well here, so Danglers need to move soon. They still have a pretty long journey over to the uplink, even though it seems like they've gotten relatively close. Somebody's going to take some time before they are in good straits. R6 going to try to hold them back. A nice little nade toss. Does it net them anything? A little too far to the right. Might have still done some damage, at least to one of the remaining players for the Danglers. So we've got the Mexecutioner trying to make the push over towards where Arsenic is positioned now, and he's also got a little bit of a smoke to use.
Got 2 smokes, it looks like. It's actually faking a push towards that side. Larson didn't expect it, or is he going to be flanked? Oh, he looks nervous. His model's shaking. Throwing out a grenade as well with the top. Oh, he actually does create some distance.
Missed this player in the corner, though. Oh, but he's
your
going to run
top
again.
of the way,
Get your gun ready to go there, Arsenic. Spams him down, takes him out. Only one still standing for the Danglers now. He will find the trade, but that still only brings it into a 1v2 with Riboman. Only 20 seconds left as well to input the code at this point. He's going to walk right past a member of Globochem, giving them the round along with a 3-1 lead. One more away from taking control of the opening map of the series.
Now Globochem going to be on attack, and their attacks have looked a lot cleaner than their, I guess, defenses. I don't know. They look a lot cleaner when it comes to attacking the Danglers, at least. So they have that going for them. I guess what it is time for now, Blue.
Is it sound effects time?
Sound effects. All right, so close your eyes.
What am I guessing, the vehicle of sound now?
No, unless she's just going to steal your pizza from you.
What the heck? That's not okay. See,
So what do you imagine happened here? Give me your story of what happened here on quarantine.
I mean, I think a plane just crashed, if we're being honest.
Well, I mean, if you look though, look at the buildings and how like far away they are. How could the plane have hit all of those?
It's a very big plane.
You can see parts of the plane on the ground, so it wasn't that big.
Maybe the plane didn't crash. Maybe the plane spontaneously exploded, and the pieces fell over this town.
That would make sense, because you can see an engine there straight ahead. See another turbine to the right. See the whole of the airplane straight, as well as a wing. I think you're wrong, actually.
Why? What do you think happened?
So what I think was, have you ever seen Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know that talk about the Szechuan sauce and how McDonald's actually brought it back for a day, right? Yep. And they brought it back here. There's a local McDonald's. That's actually on the screen there, straight there on the ground. And there wasn't enough Szechuan sauce to actually satisfy people in the city. So what happened was, when this McDonald's is completely packed out and crowded by people demanding Szechuan sauce, some fights break out over the last remaining ones. Obviously, if you're a McDonald's employee, you have to be very wary of this. Call the police. Police come in. Police isn't enough. It's not a plane flying over. They have to call in special SWAT team who drops out of the plane. But the plane actually explodes because while all this is happening, a special vial of the zombie virus, it's called the Z virus, actually explodes in the ship. So it actually just... Why am I on camera now? Why are you doing this to me? So it actually destroys the ship. That's fine over them because they're all freaking out, right? And they start shooting at people because zombies are turning. The plane explodes. The entire SWAT team, unfortunately, does not make it to the ground. The plane does destroy some of the buildings, but the entire core team now turns out to be based off of the zombie virus mixed with the Szechuan sauce.
Maybe
it's a delicious virus.
Maybe.
And the zombies loved it. The problem is that the zombies actually could not eat people that had the taste of Szechuan sauce. So if you're one of the few lucky people to actually have eaten it with your chicken nuggets, you survive this apocalypse that's happened here on quarantine and escaped.
I was just gonna say maybe the uplink code is like the coordinates of the sauce.
Maybe it's a secret formula.
Oh, but it's like a 6-digit number, so I don't know how that would contain a sauce formula.
Yeah, but it's a special. You need a special code to decipher it.
Oh, so that's like
each point of the number refers to a letter in the alphabet.
Gotcha.
And then you have to do it backwards and forwards. And
it's like a decryption code.
Yeah, exactly. It's a key, skeleton key.
Well, we've actually flipped sides a little bit in terms of where the uplink position is. Danglers are now going to be defending more so.
Just imagine how many people in chat are just like, what is this guy talking about?
Danglers are now defending more so towards the eastern side of the map. It's like pretty central, actually. And Globochem's going to have to make a push from the west side of the map.
I'm actually just going to look at chat now to see what they're saying about me and how much they want me to shut up.
They've already made the call.
They're saying, Jason, you are the best caster I've ever seen.
Oh, wow, really?
Thank you for doing this, and I hope you... Okay, I can't say that last word.
Let's see right now. Danglers actually got pretty aggressive, too. Seems like they had a pretty good lock on the spawn position for Globochem, so they went in and tried to just lock them down right from the start. And they've done that pretty well. Globochem still has, I think, a little bit of room to work with on the south side to sneak up on the uplink from there. But this three-man setup that's trying to make a push on the north end of the map, I don't imagine this going anywhere too successfully, considering the positions of both Riboman and Mexecutioner.
Well, I mean, there's at least a lot of time on the board here, though, Blue. 4 minutes left to go. Danglers really need this round, and with that first frag coming through, they've gotten their first step in the door. So Executioner actually got shot up here. Nade comes in, and he spots in the nick of time to die, apparently.
It's both of them gone down to the roof as well. Beautifully placed nade there by Toast, or his teammate behind him. I'm not exactly sure who tossed it, but well placed regardless. And just like that, Globochem have their man advantage back now over the Danglers. Just 3 more to eliminate, and they've got the opening map under their control. One is going to immediately contest them. Arsenic gets down just in the nick of time. Was running into a bad spot there. Was able to get himself behind the moving truck in time.
And then he goes off. You know, Arsenic once, I think they actually got that frag. I think a teammate came in. It's just down to 1 now for Danglers, and it's 1v4. We've seen Arsenic almost pulled it off before Expediter. Oh, he's under a lot of fire. They know. I think they know where he is too.
He's right here. He's going to try to make a quick move to pick up a kill, but it won't work out. He'll go down, and Globochem will take the map now. A final score of 4-1, and they are now ahead in the series at 1-0 over the Danglers. 1 more, and they have control of it. But once again, as a quick reminder, we will be playing out all 3 maps regardless.
Seems like that's the story of tonight. Is 4-1s. We've had 4-1s in every single map so far. Again, big congrats to Globochem for picking up that first map of the series. Before we do get into our second map, we're obviously going to be heading to a short break when that happens. But, you know, some good action so far. Again, Globochem looking good. Not necessarily looking as dominant as I expected, but seeing Arsenic be able to pull off like that almost 1v4 was pretty damn sweet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty good.
Definitely some moments of heroism, I think, from some of the players on Globochem there. But overall, still a very dominant series, or a map, I should say, for them at 4-1.
Well, it could be a dominant series, but we won't find out just yet, because when we head to this break, we'll be coming. Well, we'll find out after we head to this break to see if they can continue their dominance, not only in this series, but also in the overall standings. We'll see you guys in a few.
One city, one stage, one trophy. One champion.
And another kill to find Fallen.
One moment. ESL 1 New York 2018.
Try box. Stairs.
Nothing great ever happened without a witness.
Oh, you guys saw that?
With the power to capture comes the need to share.
Check this.
Followed by the eyeballs and loud mouths chomping at the bit.
That was nuts.
The fate of the game rests in your hands.
Check this out. No.
Oh my God.
Leave nothing to chance. Game, record, and stream without compromise. Only on Intel Core i7.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Welcome back to the VR League, guys, as we cover some onward matches from the VR Master League. Jason Kaplan joined by Blue, handsomely off towards my right-hand side, left-hand side on the screen. We do have our second map. It's going to be Suburbia. And it's going to be an interesting one. Danglers up against Globochem. We'll see if we can have the 2-0 happen for Globochem. Obviously, like you mentioned before the break, we will be playing out the third map anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's a 2-0, since MMR does take into account how heavily you do beat a team in a match.
Very much so. These teams actually are pretty close to each other, a lot closer than I was expecting, considering the Globochem is kind of like the global leader. It would seem in Onward right now, the ratings are only about 20 points different between the two teams. So I'd imagine there is a pretty serious gain of points to be picked up from this matchup's winner.
He looks so handsome on screen there too. Okay, we're getting a full love of me too. So you know, this is great. We should be getting to the game though. I was told that the players are ready, the map is ready, and we should be dropping in shortly. Do you think this is going to be a 2-0, Blue? I think we're going the full 3 no matter what, I guess. But do you think it's going to be a 2-0, or do you think we're going to have a 2-1?
I would say a pretty safe bet. The thing is though, is that Suburbia was like a massive change up in the pace than our previous matchup.
A lot quicker, yeah.
I'm kind of curious, considering that less maps, from what I'm aware of, tend to play into that like faster play style. I'm kind of curious if that's going to be a little bit more of an unfamiliar area for Globochem, but at the same time, they seem to still dominate that map pretty easily, even at the Invitational that happened a couple of weeks back in Leicester. So I'm not super worried about their capabilities, because I still think it should be a pretty strong 2-0.
Well, being aggressive is very difficult, especially in a game like this, because if you're the one moving and you're the one looking for the frag, you're actually the one being more susceptible. The person who's camping has an easier shot on you. In general, I'd say. Obviously, if you pre-fire an angle because you know he's there, you have the advantage. But in general, the defender will have the better placing, the better reaction time, because they have the peeker's advantage, as they call it. Or I guess, yeah, peeker's advantage of it. But yeah, we'll see. Obviously, a faster pace, I think, will favor Globochem just because they're used to being this dominating. They actually, the rounds they did win seemed to be a lot faster than our first match we had happen, which was over in the European games. Those went out, you know, a good 4 or 5, even sometimes almost 6 minutes of time before we did have a team actually pick up the victory in that one. But Globochem here, you know, 2-3 minutes, they were done with the round. They looked good. A lot of individual great play. As we saw the nade come in as well in that last round, just taking on 2 players. We know that they're definitely deserving of being called the best.
Yeah, very much so. And they just now have to earn it once again against the #2 seed in their portion of the leaderboards. And once again, guys, we are just a few moments away from starting off that map, as the players, we've been told, are all in lobby now. I think when we last had it up, that we were just waiting on 1 or 2 of them to ready up. So as soon as we do have that, we'll be good to continue on with this second map and start things off to see if we can get that 2-0 from Globochem. And, oh, no, we have the versus screen.
I like to tease you.
Yeah.
No, actually, I think a couple of players are just, you know, like I said, getting readied up, choosing out the weaponry, the layout they want to use. Obviously, changing things up, considering you're going to have a much faster paced game. Flashbang is going to be even more effective when it comes to this map. We also get to see the bus. So I'm personally excited. It's a big thing for me.
Do you want to go take another ride on the bus?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Actually, I used to take the bus, and I got a car, so I drove.
I skipped that part. I just took the bus.
Yeah. To be fair, I would like to take the bus sometimes just because I don't like driving when I'm tired, and I don't like waking up early or going to school then. But you guys should stay in school. Definitely.
That was the nice part about driving, though, is you could go in like right before class started, compared to the bus,
True.
where you'd get there like a ludicrous
The
amount
only
of time.
downside, though, was leaving the school, because you had to wait in this giant line of like the other people who had their cars. But if you were that person who got out like a few minutes early and like ran to your car, you'd just be like out of there.
Oh, yeah, I suppose, yeah. I guess that's where the bus takes the advantage then, because we get priority.
But the downside is you have to make stops that aren't necessarily your place.
True. And then, my case, it was worse for me because my bus drove past my house, like literally right past it.
And you had to walk backwards.
And then I had to walk back like a mile nearly to get home.
A mile?
Yeah, it was pretty
the bus
crazy.
Just couldn't let you out right there?
No.
What a jerk.
No. There was only,
I would do that too,
there was only like 1 or 2 stops. So.
Look at this though, Executioner. I get some immediate contact off the bat here. Globochem actually lost out on the first player. No one defending, but look how far up they're defending though. No one's sitting back at the uplink, but they're trying to hold this line of scrimmage. Arsenic was the one to go down, unfortunately, and Raphael just chilling, has a grenade out. Could make actually a big play with that happen. And he might have actually gotten a down on someone because I see someone in-capture them out of Danglers.
That's Executioner that ended up getting taken to the downstate there, but they're going to be able to res him up pretty quickly. So Raphael's kind of in the hot seat now. It's more than likely they know he's sitting right here behind these sandbags. He's got a pretty heavy kickback weapon there with the AK. So he's got to be careful with his aim on it because he's going to have to pretty much instantly transfer over to Stumpy Nub when an Executioner pushes him. Otherwise, he'll be finding himself dead.
They know he's there?
They have to. Well, regardless, he's going to get picked off. I think that's the player on the other side over there, way downfield.
Coming in. Raphael wants to make the push. Stumpy Nub. Oh, actually, Nintendo was the one to push up. Actually, his teammate, Raphael, just kind of let him fall there, unfortunately. Flashbang getting thrown high out of auto. Gonna peek around the corner. You can see there's a man directly in front of him. So, man on the other side of the bushes.
Auto doesn't necessarily want to over-push this, though, as there is a little bit of risk involved in it, but he makes the dash anyway, gets himself back over towards the uplink, as his team is very quickly losing players here. And he's got to be careful so as not to lose too many. Ribo, man, might have gotten heard by Auto running past it here, so Auto's going to make another push right up to the side of him. I think you can shoot through these hedges, but he's going to try to wrap back around to get a cleaner shot against him anyway. Hesitating, though, when that opportunity finally presents itself. He can't knock him out so easily. Both will end up getting traded. That's still advantage to Globochem, though, as now we're sitting with only Stumpy Nub up in the fight.
Yeah, but Ribo could be rezzed here. See, again, taking ammo off of his teammates. Maybe going to pick up that smoke, too. Has the shield out. It's going to be very hard to be able to pull this one off, considering he's running completely around. I don't know if he's going to be able to get this res. I mean, I think he's running in the direction of the player. So has to get through this house on the other side. But the last player of Globochem, or not last player, one of the 2 players off towards the west side of the map, maybe watching this alleyway as well.
Not the smoke there, at least a little bit to add a bit of obscurity to his push. You can hear the calls as well. An opportunity presenting itself for him to move in and try to get a res off. It's more so. A bit of confusion over which corpse he was, though, so it does take a little bit of extra time to get him up from the ground, but it's a success anyway. And all of a sudden, the round's been reignited as we are back into another 2 versus 2 situation.
Oh, which one are you? Oh, Thunder Pilot. Oh. Have a little bit of action. And towards his right. He's gonna spot him out, but it's the shield again.
It's not such an easy thing to shoot through, and he ends up just getting popped. So down he is going to go. All of a sudden, Globochem's the one in a bad position. Only 1 remaining for them now. Otherwise, it'll be the Danglers that take control over the opening round of this map. And it's Toast from Globochem that's gonna have to look for the clutch. Still 2 minutes and 25 seconds left in the round 2.
He's going to have vision of the uplink at least from this position. Just has to peek around the corner. The smoke's going to help Danglers make the push. And we've seen no one actually be able to capitalize the uplink. I think he spotted him out just for a second, but that smoke's providing a lot of cover. Also, not to mention the shield there. It's going to protect him. The Toast trying to get a little bit closer, just edging his way through. Another smoke going to be coming through, it looks like. Sees the shield, spots out the second player. If he can get the shot, it'd be huge.
There we go. It's taking him down. We're into the 1v1. Toast has got to move quickly, though. He doesn't know where the second player's at just yet. And there we go. He's going to be able to pull it off. Nicely done by Toast, clutching in the 1v2 situation, and more importantly, denying the uplink send quickly. Brings Globochem back into control of the round, as they're going to be able to go up 1-0.
Just call him an appliance because Danglers are toast. 1v2, especially, I mean, considering the guy with the shield could have just told his teammate, hey, well, hey, this is where he is, you know, be careful, like get a good angle on him or something, or, you know, play together. Really well done by him to hold on to that one. Go to the tank. Who said that?
I don't know. Must have been one of the players. Once again, folks, now we are just waiting for the ready ups to come in.
I was hoping you would like talk about what sound effect this tank would make.
Which what do we need, like different sound effects for the different tanks?
Because there's different tanks.
Yeah.
It's not one tank in the world, you know? It's not one kind.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know what kind of tank this is, but...
Well, that's an APC. I don't know where the other tank is.
So what's the story of this one for Suburbia? My take, it was a pool party gone wrong.
This is the aftermath of the Modern Warfare,
vacation.
the Modern Warfare 2 campaign.
Nuketown.
I was gonna say Nuketown, because isn't like the campaign, like doesn't like the Russians invade America in that one or something like that?
I don't think I actually played the campaign of
Oh,
Modern
the
Warfare
campaign
2.
of Modern Warfare 2 is pretty good.
I just played multiplayer in that one.
Yeah, no, the campaign was pretty good too. I thought it was anyway.
So you don't like my idea of the summer barbecue gone wrong?
Well, how did the barbecue
Pool
go this
party?
wrong that it turns into like a literal war zone?
People in Texas are really critical about their barbecue. I mean, everyone can carry in Texas, right? So, no Santa Claus for you, spectator. I'm sorry. Or what's the German one? Krampus.
That's not. That's like the anti-Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we know we're in the U.S. because of license plates. This could be Texas. It could have been just a big argument about barbecue.
Those license plates look like Ohio license plates. I'm gonna be honest. If you go look at another one. Okay, that one just
Those
looks
look like any license plate you've ever seen in the U.S.
Okay, that one looks different than the other ones. To be fair, the other ones look a little different than that one. That one just looks like a European one, but it just says USA on it twice, and now I'm really confused. But the other ones look like slightly more North American. Those are military vehicles. They don't have to have license plates.
It's an Abrams tank.
Oh, look at you.
Guessing, but I could be right because Abrams is American, I believe.
Yes, I think you're correct.
It's not a Panzer, that's German.
Yeah, it's the German tanks.
What is actually German for tank production? It is Panzers.
Panzer, isn't it? I was about to say.
I thought it was a type of tank. I didn't know actually like that literally was called
I
tank.
think it was the name of the original tank.
We have an Abrams tank, but they have a tank.
Yeah.
The Panzer tank, which is tank.
Yeah.
So original. So efficient.
Doesn't Panzer I thought Panzer was like a translation of an animal though. I thought it.
No.
No.
Well, they said that's tank. I asked like what's.
Is Panzer also?
I asked what's German for tank, and he said Panzer.
Okay. I figured that was the case. I thought it was named after an animal though.
What's German for panther? The animal. No, you're just messing with me. He says it's Panzer. He's messing with me.
I could Google.
Penta.
Okay, I was going to say I can Google Translate this real quick.
Yeah, I trust Google Translate over Timo any day.
So there you go, folks. Teaching you about military, not necessarily history, but like nomenclature, I guess. Is that the right word?
Sure. All right, going to the next round here. Looks like we're all readied up and loaded in. Globochem, their turn to attack. Danglers' turn to defend. This is where we get to see the pace of the game. This is where we're going to find out, I think, if Globochem are going to take this in a 2-0, especially on this map, by the pace and how dominating their attack will be. The defense was good. Again, it was kind of like a little bit aggressive. Not even aggressive. It was their whole line of scrimmage. We've seen every team do that so far. But for me, it's more about how is their attack going to work out.
Well, Peter's going to be the push from Globochem. They got 4 players moving together with really quick speed, pretty much just rushing the lane here in between the White House and the brick roof house, is what I'm going to call that one, because that looks like bricks on the roof. So
I don't think that's the best kind of roofing you could give your house.
And one member of the Danglers is already going down. I think it's just a well-placed nade set against him. Very well picked up by Globochem. They've already got themselves an advantage. And I mean, look at how quickly they've taken map control too. They're already maybe like 20, 30 feet away from the uplink at this point.
Oh, Toast. Try to do something here. There's actually no one really around him at the moment, but he's just trying to use that visual, showing information. 3 other players of his towards the left-hand side, towards the west side of the map, trying to push in. I think there's no one really there to stop him. There's going to be a man on the other side of the street, down the line, but he can't get all 3, could he?
A lot of communication going out between the teams right now, though. As they try to figure out exactly what they do before the next move is made.
Oh, they got him. Sorry, they got the player of Danglers that was actually holding that position, so now they can easily move around this west-hand side. And there's a person moving from the east. Blue, I think this is easily going to be Globochem's round.
Globochem just have so much control over the current map situation as well, especially with that flank you mentioned towards the east. So even if Danglers like pick up a kill or two, there should be a relatively instantaneous trade. I mean, it's pretty much guaranteed now. Globochem do find another pick. So it was trying to hold at the back of the uplink, has been defeated, so it's just Expediter. He's going to have to expedite his way to a better position, or he'll very quickly find himself dead in Globochem with the second round.
Really dug deep for that one, didn't you, Blue? I'm sorry. I mean, I said, you know, call him an appliance because toast is burned. Or they've been toasted, whatever. Globochem, yeah, I just ruined it the second
Can't even
time.
remember what you said.
Yeah, that's how bad it was. So Globochem take the second round again. That was very quick, though. 2 minutes of time. Very fast, and that's kind of what we expected out of them coming into this map. I almost dropped. Oh, I did it again.
There's no winning today for you.
There's really not. I keep dropping my mic. I'm sure some people out there are like, thank God, finally. But yeah, that was kind of what we're expecting, right? That's what we wanted to see out of them, to prove that they're going to have a dominating second map.
Especially with the spawn position as well. I think they knew that they had like a really direct path towards the uplink, so they just jetted right towards it and worked out really well, especially with that flank towards the east that was able to knock out the player by the red cart. You can see the X4 on the map. It's like the middle right side there. Once that guy was down, it was pretty easy to knock out the last two as they were just completely surrounded at that point. So far, some very straightforward rounds from Globochem, already with a 2-0 lead, just 2 more to go, and they've got the map along with the 2-0 victory in the series. But again, reminder, third map will still be played out as it'll give Danglers a chance to, well, lose less points in their MMR rating.
Or I guess for Globochem to win more.
Yeah.
Considering this is the #2 team up against the #1 teams, can lengthen their lead even further and continue to show their dominance in this region. I'm actually wondering, do we know what our third map is? Does production actually know what we're going to be going to after this? Just so we can kind of, you know, tease it for all the people out there watching. Curious to see what we're going to go to. Wonder if it's going to be Bazaar again, since we already had that played once today in our first match with Lemon Squad versus Boss Fight.
There's, I think there's 1 to 2 other maps we haven't played yet that, if I remember correctly, are in the competitive pool as well.
Okay, so hearing that it's most likely going to be Bazaar.
Gotcha.
All right. So kind of more reminiscent of Quarantine, I guess, in speed. Did see an amazing play of, I can't remember who it was now off the top of my head. In the marketplace, we just walked out and got 2 while they were distracted from a different angle.
Oh, I forget who that was as well.
I almost want to say it was Solo, but no.
I think it was that.
Or was it Scooby-Doo? Was it Scooby-Doo?
No, it was, oh, I remember who it was now. His name's on the tip of my tongue.
Well, you got rosters right there. You can check if you really want.
Let me find it real quick.
It's the upside to having a computer that we can use.
That's very true. I think it was Scorpio. I think it's who it was. Wasn't it?
Yeah, I'll give it to him. I'm not sure if it was, but Scorpio played really well the entire time, so.
Frankly, I think it was Scorpio. I could be wrong on that, though. Anyway, we are getting into the next round. Players should be respawning in just a second for the Danglers. They're back on the board, so in 15 seconds, they'll be let out of their spawn. See, one of the last chances now for the Danglers to get back into the match.
It's like stopping up singing. I don't know, I heard some
Humming a battle tune, I think.
It's like the A-Team. Dun, 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 dun. That was A-Team, right?
That sounded more Indiana Jones to me personally, but it's good.
What? Indiana Jones?
It sounded like that a little bit more. I haven't heard.
See, okay, thank you. Even
I haven't heard
production
the
uses
A-Team theme in like forever though, so that might be why.
Yeah, the new movie wasn't that bad. It wasn't terrible.
That wasn't even that. That was like.
It was better than the new Indiana Jones movie.
That was like
right?
10 years ago, wasn't it? That movie.
It's still technically it was the new one, right? I'm old, all right. Let me have this.
Supposed to, yeah. A TV show was on television the other night, so I was watching that actually.
In Germany?
I think it was. It might have been when we were in the UK, but it was on TV.
Okay. Yeah. Well, look at Otto. Actually, a good position here. Kind of being sneaky. You gotta be very careful that no nades rain through those windows. No justice from above here. Uplink gonna be spawning towards the south side though, and we'll be defending. Again, I think Globochem like to play aggressive. The only problem is that when they're defending, it's kind of a punishment to be aggressive.
Right now, Danglers are slowly getting ready to make a push over the sandbags here. Kind of enter the halfway line and into enemy territory.
Was there a hurricane coming? Maybe that's what it was?
What?
They were preparing for a hurricane?
What, because of the sandbags?
Yeah. For flooding.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know.
I just wonder, like, how did those get there if there was a firefight going on? Was it just like some, this agreement between like in wars between soldiers from opposite sides to like not shoot reporters or anything like that?
Yeah.
To not harm reporters. Maybe that's what it's like. They don't shoot the sandbag man. Let him put these down.
What is his uniform? Because doesn't the UN they wear like bright blue and stuff like that?
Probably gonna wear like
or not
something
UN
bright
reporters,
pink, just so you know not to shoot. So
he would just wear sand-colored stuff.
He just wears the sandbag, but there's no sand inside, just him.
He just wears a burlap sack. Well, let's take a
agreement. All right, let us put our fortifying things up.
Just ignore the man in a burlap sack. He's setting up sandbags on the battlefield.
Just imagine him like he fell asleep laying on the ground. They put more sandbags on top of him because they thought he was a sandbag. It's late here in Germany, by the way. If you're wondering why, it's 10:30. That's late to me. Being 30 years old, that's past my bedtime.
But I'm trying to. I like what Expediter's doing right now. So he's trying to throw out a little bit of a fake play, which hopefully is going to draw the attention of Globochem by tossing. I think it was a smoke grenade he threw out there on top of the uplink. So hopefully it's going to.
Oh, execution! What happened to him?
I was going to say hopefully this will draw a distraction from Globochem and get them to like look towards the uplink so that they can make a bit more of a push. But yeah, already one of their players is going down. I'm a bit fearful the effectiveness that smoke fake is going to have now.
Well, Toast has to get his position away, and looks like he has been buttered here. But again, no one really near him at the moment either. You can see they're all on the side of these buildings. But opponent actually is being pushed in. Raphael, the one to feel the pain from the stumpy nub.
One upstairs.
Well, he'll fall actually. So Globochem able to fight back, able to help try to equalize things. They actually have an in-cap player. Maybe looking for the res. Not sure exactly where he is, but it's a 2-on-2 either way at the moment. Nintendo is going to go for Sean Arsik. He gets it. Now it's a 1-on-2 at the moment. And there's the return fire coming through out of Toast.
Expeditor once again left as the last man standing, but remember,
look at him. He's looking right at him.
This is technically a 1v1 at this point, considering that other player from Globochem is pretty much unresable. But Expeditor going to take a look at his map, his tablet there.
Time.
Let's let him go across. Potentially for the res here if Toast is able to get inside of the building.
Yeah, Otto's in the building on the second floor. Toast is just trying to sneak his way in there. I mean, it's a smart play, get the man up. I don't think he's actually going to be punished for this either. He's going to make his way in, and this is not looking good now for Danglers. Thanks, man. Look at that. That's a good teammate. Thanks, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Says the dead corpse on the ground. I just find that really comical. But anyway, and now that it's a 2v1, things just got a whole lot harder for Expediter. However, he still has the element of surprise. And if he continues on his current path, could very well net him a kill here. He's got to be careful, though. This is going to be quick. Pops around the corner. He's not ready for it. So Globochem, once again, take the round. 3-0 over the Danglers.
Actually, I actually heard about Expediter, by the way. I think Jason Statham plays him in the movie.
Oh, yeah?
It's off the back of the Transporter. He's now the Expediter.
See, did he quit his job as a driver? He's gone. He's working for, like, UPS now. He just delivers packages really quickly.
I don't think the UPS uniform can really fit him anymore because of how buff he is.
He has to have it specially made. He has to go to the uniform store.
But of course, like, the uniform has to show off his abs. He has to take off his shirt. I think it's a requirement
it's
every
like
movie.
Short sleeves.
Yeah. It goes for the biceps, right?
It only goes down like this far, like a couple inches.
And of course, it's really tight on his biceps too. And at some point, his shirt gets ripped off because in every movie I've ever seen of Jason Statham, he's always shirtless and at some point. It's like I think Transporter is becoming like the new Sharknado. It's like Transporter 8 cookies. It's like transporting cookies from Mother's house.
Gotta give credit to Sharknado though. They just like went all in on the meme though.
Hey, yeah. Wasn't like a killer? There was it wasn't Sharknado, but there was like one with it was like a big octopus up against like a big shark or something. I think
that was a Sharknado movie.
Was it a Sharknado?
I don't know if it was an octopus.
Wasn't there one where they had like lasers on their head?
There was definitely like a sharks versus something like Sharknado, because I think they've actually made like 8 of those movies somehow, even though the first one only came out like 4 or 5 years ago.
I think it's like almost so. Wait, what was it? What shark? Meta shark? Mega shark versus giant octopus. There we go. 2009.
Oh, okay, so it was way longer.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I was thinking this was relatively recent.
I mean, like, there's so many like bad movies that are good. Actually, I saw a movie. I think it was called Rubber. It's about a sentient tire.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Like, what? It's about a tire that can like kill people by exploding them, and it can move. It's like the weirdest thing ever. And then like at the end of the movie, you're just like confused because it wasn't even about the tire. You've seen it, right? So you remember I'm talking about the ending. I don't want to like spoil it for anyone that actually wants to see it.
Don't spoil it because it's just
like, the
really
weirdest
comical.
thing ever.
Yeah. It makes no sense, but it's a good like dumb movie to watch basically. My favorite like bad movie though is the you ever seen the one with the birds? That was like an attempt to remake the Alfred Hitchcock movie, but it just ended up being like absolutely terrible.
No.
I forget what the actual title is.
See, mine was probably Spice World, except I saw that in theaters.
I don't think I saw that one. This movie didn't get released in theaters because it was like a low budget like individual film, but like.
Oh man, there was this one. It wasn't Piranhas. Oh no, it was about a giant like anaconda. So it wasn't the movie Anaconda with Angelina Jolie, but it was like this like giant anaconda that was, or like some snake that was like laying eggs in like the forest or something. There's like a group of people like got caught. I don't know. It was weird. Globochem though, in the meantime, have caught out a player of the Danglers. Have strangleholded him into his death as they have a man advantage now. Keep in mind, if they win this round, they win the series.
Still third map to go, however, so be sure to stand by for that. As even if Globochem takes this one, we'll be moving very quickly into that third map, so fear not, as there will be more onward action coming up directly after the conclusion of this map.
No. And left window, he's watching all the time. Now
So, Raphael communicating with his teammates, telling him about the window, the player in there. I mean, if he can hit that shot, did he really? Wow, he did.
I think he knocked him, yeah.
Double tap the guy in front of the house.
It might not have been him, it might have been his teammate.
There's a guy down.
Oh no, it wasn't him. He had a nade in his hand. It was definitely a teammate.
His teammate's right behind him.
Yep, he's protecting his lower body.
So Thunder Pilot doing a nice job of knocking him out instead there. But regardless, he barely was giving himself away, so it's a nice shot. Problem is, they do lose one of their own a few moments later due to a flank coming in on the backside. But it looks like they just took care of that as well. The player way on the west side by their spawn is going to be able to trade that back. I think that was Toast that was able to accomplish that. Nope, never mind. It was another player from Globochem. But regardless, they've contained the threat and now have things locked into a 4v2.
Toast, in the meantime, just crab walking over. Expediter and Nintendo with the hopes of this series on their shoulders now in a 2-on-3. It's going to be tough though because they're defending, and Globochem have been fantastic on attack so far.
Expeditors are going to have to get pushed here at any second. He realized that the nade to his right, he saw it, but it's too late. It's already taken him into the downstate. Nintendo's got a choice to make here. Does he commit to the rush to try and get his teammate back up, or... Well, he's not going to have a choice. His Toast will flank him from the backside of the White House porch, taking him down, giving the round over to Globochem, along with a flawless map. I think it's the first time we've seen that all night, so congratulations to Globochem as they pick up a clean 4-0 victory over the Danglers, and as well secure at least a 2-1 victory, potentially to be 3-0 if they take the third map coming up after this as well.
I mean, they're looking good. Again, like, there's a reason they're the best in the world at the moment. There's a reason they won the Invitational. You're seeing right there. I mean, that's the first 4-0 we've had happen throughout the entire night, and they made it look pretty easy. Like, again, using the shields to their advantage, having a man shoot from behind. It looks solid. I don't know what else there is to say. Danglers just didn't really have a chance on Suburbia.
Unfortunately, just couldn't gain enough ground there, and we're struggling from behind. Trying to use utility every now and then, just never really working out for them. Globochem just having far too much control over the map, far too much experience on it, I would reckon, as well. So they will be able to take a swift victory there, along with the 2-0.
All right, well, guys, we're going to head to a short break. When we come back, we'll be kicking off the final map of the series and the final map of the night. This is the VR League, broadcasting onward for the VR Master League, brought to you by Intel, and we'll see you guys in a short amount of time.
One city. One stage. One trophy. One champion.
And another kill to find Fallen.
One moment. ESL 1 New York 2018.
Try box. Stairs, stairs, stairs.
Nothing great ever happened without a witness.
Oh, you guys saw that?
With the power to capture comes the need to share.
Check this.
Followed by the eyeballs and loudmouths chomping at the bit.
That was nuts.
The fate of the game rests in your hands.
Check this out. No.
Oh my god.
Leave nothing to chance. Game, record, and stream without compromise. Only on Intel Core i7.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Welcome back to the VR League, guys. We kick off our final map of the night. This is Onward, a part of the VR Master League. We're ready to see as Globochem, already leading 2-0 in the series, are playing their final map against the Danglers, and it's going to be on Cargo.
Getting directly into it, of course. We're going to see some close encounters already potentially happening.
It's a fast-paced map, too, keep in mind.
Another smaller map from the looks of things. And, wow, look at Toast! Oh my god, Toast making a massive play. I don't know if it was him that threw the nade that took out Riboman as well, but I'm pretty sure he goes down to another HE grenade, leaving only one standing from the Danglers, and we're only like 50 seconds into this round.
He needs to have a catchphrase where he walks in there after doing that and said, "You've been buttered." Or, "Toasty." Executioner, though, he actually has a person right around the corner. Pistol comes out, and that was a quick round. 1 minute and 4 seconds to Globochem take the round.
Completely denied as well right there, so nicely done by Globochem, the last player that picks up a kill at the end of the round.
Have a better catchphrase?
For Toast?
Yeah.
Probably not, no.
I'm trying to think of another one.
I'm trying to remember our British slang lessons from last weekend.
Yeah.
Was jammy an actual word? Was that an actual word?
Means lucky. Such a wazzock. Come on.
I'm trying to think of a way that could be used without like being too bad. Because toast and jam is something. Buttered. Yeah, I was trying to think of jammy. How to use jammy? Because
jammy's lucky.
You put jam on bread. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not jammy.
I don't know.
I don't know how words work.
I'm not good with making up words.
All right. Well, here we go into the second round. Already shots being fired off the get-go here, up into the right-hand side. I was trying to provide cover for the man to push up the left-hand side, the west-hand side, because actually a member of Danglers who's there.
Globochem are taking no prisoners right now. They are pushing directly for the retake right off the start of this one. Just going to try to get themselves, going to try to get themselves to the uplink as quickly as possible. But as you mentioned, they missed a player in the process. This could come back to bite. The problem is they're moving so quickly that it could end up just not mattering at all. They're going to walk right up on someone else here. He goes down relatively quick. I think that flank player finally started picking off some of the guys from Globochem.
Maybe one.
But now he's the only one standing. And he's going to be found out there pretty quickly. They'll end up trading each other, but it's another very fast-paced round. Same as before. Only taking about 40 seconds or so to conclude, and Globochem take it with 3 still standing, already at 2-0 on the map.
Well, going into the third round here in just a moment's time. Yeah, Danglers. The flank was fantastic. The problem was the flank was too slow.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't get back in time once they pushed past it. I guess he didn't expect them to just straight rush in that direction. But they need to switch things up here. Already down 2 rounds, and we're only a few minutes in. This is not a good sign.
So, Globochem now on defense. It's going to be holding their players. Oh, let's wait a second here. Still about 5 seconds away from them being unleashed out of spawn. And we'll see where they are going to head. It's looking like they might get aggressive again, actually, since they've already got a 2-0 lead. But the one trade is going to be the way that things start. I think they both shoot each other, actually. So an even exchange there brings us down into a 4v4 and also slows down Globochem by quite a large degree.
You know what we need right now, Blue?
What do we need?
From that first series where the guy had his head up really high away from his body to look over these crates. That would be perfect here if that was possible.
The extendable neck.
Yeah.
We could do it.
Just, you know, it's evolution.
I feel like if you had like a really long like selfie stick, you could like you just need a piece of tape to cover that sensor on the Oculus that like turns it off when you take it off your head. But if you cover that, you just take it off, quickly put it on the selfie stick, and whoop, extend it, and there you go. And you just look at your computer monitor. Now you can see over the top of stuff. Yeah. He just sees the monitor view.
Well, Toast, he will unfortunately crumble. They do secure that elimination, Stumpy, now.
This is also something interesting, too. We talked about before, there's a point system, and this is like a darker map, but sometimes, two players going down, doing nade right there as well. But because it's a darker map and it's sometimes harder to see, players are going to be willing to spend points on night vision goggles, which doesn't, by default, come with your kit. You have to spend some of your points to get it.
Uh-oh. Flashbang thrown out. Doesn't catch Stumpy. But Stumpy is being flanked from behind and the front. Actually, the person flanking around behind him is going to be dropped. Good job by Danglers to protect him. I think that was Nintendo. Actually gets a res in there too. So now it's a 3-on-2 for Danglers. First time. Globochem are defending. Keep that in mind. And yet, it seems like they're the ones attacking almost at this rate. Oh, Otto, he's going to hit them into the left. He pushes around the corner. That's a great frag coming through. Great timing as well. That does equalize things. The man's actually not down. There we go. Going for the cleanup.
You hear him talking.
Clearly watch Zombieland.
Yeah.
Don't forget that rule, double tap.
Which rule number was that?
1?
No, rule number 1 was cardio.
4?
I think it was like 37 or something like that. Actually, it was double tap.
Well, you didn't even know the answers, so why did you ask me? Do you know what rule that was when you didn't even know?
Well, it wasn't rule number 1. Because that one's cardio.
Oh, there we go. Nintendo comes in from behind. There we go. Danglers do get a... It is number 2? It is... Sorry. Danglers get around the... Production's in my ear. They do get around the board here. But again, now they have to be careful of the Globochem rush on the attack. This was so dominating before against Danglers.
Yeah, I'm hoping Danglers kind of shy away from the flank this time as well, just due to how little effectiveness that actually had. So we're going to see how they try to play things this time. Is that flank could have worked out, like I said, just needed to be way quicker in terms of the pacing that they took it around the map there.
It actually would have been massive, too, because he could have gotten, I think, 2 or 3 players, and more importantly, stopped them, or sorry, his teammates from dying.
It's just really difficult on some of these darker maps, unfortunately. So can't blame him too much for not being able to find the flank as quickly, mainly just because the fact
Whistling?
Yeah.
That was like Jurassic Park.
What was that? Like Jurassic Park in minor, maybe in a minor key. It's like a sad Jurassic Park.
Could you hear that? Production singing subtle songs in our ears. It's a 1-for-1 trade off the bat.
Globokem's rushing again.
Otto he wants blood, and he's getting it.
He's got another fight coming his way here in a second, too. I can't tell if he could see that player or not just yet. No, he didn't see him, so we're down to a 1v1, actually. Danglers able to evenly trade this time. Globochem, we should remind you, is out, but looks like, no, the Danglers are going to take it this time. And they'll tie it up now at 2-2. Another very quick round as Globochem forced the issue once again. This one, the quickest one we've had yet, only taking 30 seconds to knock out both teams nearly.
Yeah, considering there was 9 eliminations in that round, that's pretty ridiculous in 30 seconds. Again, that rush at a Globochem, you have to respect it for Danglers. And it looks like they were more prepared for it this time than they were before, learning from their past mistakes. But on the attack now, again, you can expect Globochem to be aggressive here. And most teams not really taking much time. I think this is more of, one of the more straightforward maps when it comes to playing it.
There's not a lot of sound effects that we can make on this map, sadly. It's just what
would be like a rat scurrying around on the cargo?
Just a room full of crates. I feel like you can't really make a lot of sounds based on that.
I'm gonna watch the highway. Oh, really?
Let's hope for some more talking for them. Apparently one of us is going to watch the highway here. No, really, he is. Sorry, he said, okay, anyways. Yeah, here we go. Globochem, again, pushing up completely away from the uplink. Maybe 1 player back. Flank already coming out of Danglers off to the left-hand side. He's really far pushed up. And you can see Danglers actually respecting Globochem quite a bit here. Look how far back they're playing, even though they're the ones attacking. Easy for me to say.
They've already lost one of their own here early on in the round 2, so they have to be careful because of that. Toast at the same time, also giving himself a little bit of respect. He's making sure to check all the side angles as he goes for a little bit of a quick push-up.
You know what they say, the best offense is a good offense.
Okay. Let's say, I thought that quote was like the other way around.
It is. It is. The best offense is a good defense. You know, they say the best defense
Best defense is a good offense, I think is the actual quote, if I remember correctly.
Did I say best offense is a good defense?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're, yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I completely messed that up.
I feel like that one could be just as correct in certain situations, but...
Anyways, well, I'm glad you're here to correct my terrible sayings because I'm doing them backwards for some reason. Toast pushing up yet again. He's got a man off towards the right, left. Actually, at the wrong time, he gets peeked, and he will drop. So Danglers able to fight their way back into this one, but they still have to find a few more frags here. Keep in mind, they're the ones attacking. Raphael just backing away after a couple of shots routed off towards his direction.
Danglers taking it nice and slow, and with this, they could very easily open up an opportunity for a comeback in the round, and, well, never mind on that. Globochem will very quickly clean up the last few stragglers alive for the Danglers, and with that, claim their third round. Only one more needed, and they pull off the perfect series, a 3-0 against the Danglers.
And this is going to be rough here, Blue, considering that Globochem have been so aggressive every time on attack. Danglers have to expect it again. The question comes down to, will they be able to hold it off another time? It came down to a 1v1 in the last round that Globochem were attacking. And I think that was even with a couple of errors, actually, on the GC side. So they have to be very cautious here. You're not allowed to actually, if I remember correctly in the rules, you're not allowed to nade for the first 20 seconds. This is a very small map. People know the positions and the angles to throw it, just like in Call of Duty 4 you would expect, to actually hit people.
Remember, which game had the Tomahawk? Which was the first
Turok?
The Tomahawk.
Yeah, Turok.
No, like the first Call of Duty to have it. Was that World at War that had that?
Oh, I didn't. Only the first Call of Duty I ever played was Modern Warfare 2.
Okay. I forget if it was
guy.
I forget if it was Modern Warfare 2 or World at War that had the Tomahawk, but I remember like when it was the first thing, people would always try to like do that, where they would throw the Tomahawk at spawn and try to hit
Modern Warfare 2 as well.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, you could throw actually no, was it Modern Warfare 2? No, I think it was the one after. No.
Modern Warfare 2, I think, had the throwing knife.
It could be Black Ops. I think.
It might have been Black Ops.
Because I remember seeing people do that. They throw or knife.
Everybody would always throw the knife at the beginning of the round, and when you actually did hit someone, it was like pure luck.
Yeah.
But it would be like the hypest thing ever.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Globochem on the attack. They've already lost on one player off the bat. 12 seconds in. Going to be already playing a man down, and Stumpy Nub is actually pushed up quite aggressively here. But look how slow Globochem are playing this time.
The problem is this player from the Danglers is going to be like left in the open if they don't try to get aggressive. Stumpy Nub is in like a very open position right now.
If people at least behind him to cover any sort of like flank on him, I guess. But you're right, like coming in from the sides potentially could catch him off guard.
I feel like they're too far back. I feel like the crates are going to get in the way here. Just the terrain of the map is... The good news is, though, is they haven't even checked for his position right now, so he could turn the tables on this a little bit. Especially with Globochem continuing to lose players. Stumpy Nub being the most recent victim. Another one also falls there as well, and now Stumpy Nub rounds back around here. Has picked up the 4th kill against Globochem, leaving it all down to just one. Auto's going to have to look for the 1v3 clutch if they want to end it here. Otherwise, we got to go the distance. We'll be tied at 3-3, and one final round will decide this last map.
We've seen how explosive Auto can be. Almost at some points, it seems like he's on autopilot.
That was nice.
It's funny, you say that was nice, and the production's like, bad. So I don't know what to believe anymore. I'm getting conflicting answers. But he's in a 1-on-3. We've seen him be able to pull off fantastic plays, especially when he rushes through. The problem is he doesn't have the comfort of his teammates to make noise as well, to cover and mask the sounds he's going to be making as he does push up here. But Raboman's going to have a chance. And they keep Danglers in this to prevent Globochem from taking the 3rd map. Really taking his time. Man, his thighs have to be so sore.
The problem is, well, he's doing this slow walk up, only for this to happen. As someone's gonna walk right up behind him, knock his head off clean, and tie it up now at 3-3. Between the Danglers and Globochem. We should once again remind you folks really clearly that Globochem does already have the 2-0 in the series. They're just looking for the 3-0 in order to get maximum MMR point gain.
I'm going to go shortly into now the 7th round. And the last round for this one. Danglers could potentially steal away the 3-0 sweep from Globochem. And looking for Danglers, they're the ones attacking, so they're the ones that are going to control the pace of this round. And they've done a good job. I mean, that first round that Globochem did rush them blue, it caught them off guard, I feel like, at this rate. I mean, they completely got whitewashed in that one. But the next 2 attacks out of Globochem were unsuccessful. Just definitely wising up and making sure to rise to the occasion. Occasion? The occasion. Didn't know we were spicing things up here.
I was about to say.
Spicing things up here on the VR League. Brought to you by Intel.
Once again, folks.
Love our production team here.
7th round, excuse me, I almost said 6th round. 7th round should be coming up in just a moment. I'm sure the teams are trying to figure out exactly how they want to play this since it has
been one crate in here. Which crate would you be and why?
I mean, the red one in the back.
I was going to say the red one in the front, actually. But which red one in the back? There's 2.
The one that's higher up.
Because you want to be tall? What
I want to have a better view.
Oh, the better view?
Yeah.
Have you seen inside of the cargo area?
I mean, it's better than the other crates.
But at least you have that comfort of being smashed.
So for instance, if I'm that crate and there's a flood, I'm good.
Yeah, but you're a crate. You're not alive. Why would
matter? I don't like getting wet. I'm not a big fan of swimming as a crate.
Well, it makes sense why it smells in here now. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. Sorry. It's late. I get cranky when I haven't eaten my daily pizza.
Yeah, like 2 slices.
Or as the Germans call it, pizza.
They don't cut their pizza here very often.
No,
I've noticed that.
No, they don't.
I still don't understand why.
I think it's the way I eat my. Well, maybe it's like the satisfaction of cutting your own pizza to do your own slices. You know, you can do your own slice size. Or as I do, I actually just eat the whole pizza at once.
That's what I did the first
time. Fold the box back and just slide it in my mouth.
Because they're usually smaller here. Not the ones we got tonight. They're really big. But the ones the pizzas I've usually been getting here have been like personal pizzas. Like one person could like.
But you never finish your food.
I finish them. I just sometimes have leftovers.
We went to McDonald's. This guy bought, was it 25 chicken nuggets? It was 20 of the actual like 20 piece, and then he bought like the chicken
I thought you were talking about
selects.
the airport trip at first.
Oh gosh, no, that was
even worse in my opinion.
You had like 7 fries and you threw the rest away, and I was there like, I would have eaten those, man.
Oh, it's because I had to wait like 10 minutes for them.
That's true.
That was the worst part.
No, it was like 20. All right, last round here, ladies and gentlemen. Globochem up against Danglers. Let's see which one's going to take this map. Even though Globochem have won the series, it's about MMR now, and about how much further ahead Globochem can get from the rest of the pack in America East. Danglers already lost 1 player. And potentially a second, and potentially a third. Globochem, all right. All right, that's 3 down. It's going to be 2-on-5 within the first 17 seconds.
They knew exactly how far to push themselves and executed upon that brilliantly. I mean, even another player here for the Danglers is going to be caught off guard. Thunder Pilot able to hold his own inside of the crate. This brought it down to only 1 for the Danglers. Who is it? If we can check that out. Looks like it's Riboman. He's now in an impossible situation with all 5. Excuse me, still standing strong for Globochem.
You say impossible. He says it's easy as toast.
He takes out 1 with a nade. Finishes him off quickly after that as well, but now he's given his position away. And this gets a whole lot harder for Riboman. 007. See, if he wanted to be really cool, he'd clutch this with a pistol.
I think if he wants to be really cool, he would just clutch this. I don't think, why you gotta make it so difficult? I mean,
because he's got 007 in his name. He has a silenced pistol.
It's not silenced, though, and it's not the golden gun.
We need a golden gun.
Maybe he's playing Odd Job right now.
It just crouches.
Yeah, exactly. I was wondering if he's crouching.
It's all good.
Well, he's got time to work with. At least he's got time on his side, but doesn't have players.
It's the issue now for him is like every area he peeks, there's a risk he gets instantly 1-tapped. And that's just like the reality of the situation that he has to face here.
He's got the jitters now. No too much caffeine for him today. Oh, I think he spots out that player. Nade being thrown in. They know exactly where he is. Toast being so careful, being so composed in the situation. think if it was Arsenic or Otto, they would just run in right now. Oh, Arsenic actually flanking around behind slowly.
They're playing the Jaws theme. There we go. Globochem will take it with that, ladies and gentlemen. It goes the full distance, the full 7 rounds. However, Globochem, the global champions, still take control of it. At 4-3, they'll take the map, and a 3-0 series with that to close out the day here. Yeah, it's actually, if we can actually take a look at the standings, not the standings, the schedule, what we had today, if maybe you can see some results in there, because that was, it wasn't actually even that long of games, funny enough, because we had a lot of 4-1s over the course of the first match. I think every series went 4-1, and then obviously when we got into the second match, things did change up quite a bit. But do we have actually the schedule with the updated standings? Maybe we can get that in there. No, we don't have, not the states. I just mean the schedule of the matches that were played and with the results. There we go. All right, so we had Boss Fight take the victory over Lemon Squad 2-1. So they take the victory, and they don't get as much MMR as they possibly could have gotten off of that, but they still take the victory nonetheless. And Globochem with the 3-0 sweep. Now, Blue, one more time before we do head off for today's show, we should remind people how they can sign up actually and participate in the VR Master League, as well as tell them about the Discord where they can meet up with some of the pros, get some advice, maybe get into some pugs. Go and run us through that spiel if you want to. Yeah, so as you can see, the link right below me right now is where you can go ahead and sign up for the VR Master League or just find out more about competitive Onward along with other competitive VR games at the moment. That's going to be over at the vrmasterleague.com. And we can head over to my screen here behind the desk and actually take a look at how you guys can get involved. As you can see. What? I'm sorry. F11. Oh. There we go. It needs to be perfect. But anyway, as you can see, they've recently introduced Beat Saber. They've got Pavlov on here too. We're here for Onward, so we'll click on that part of the website where you can find all of the information surrounding the league, along with recent matches and whatnot that we have up here. And where you guys want to head, if you're interested in getting involved in the league, is right over here under registrations. Just want to quickly go over to create a team, or if you are in need of a team, you can probably head over to this page as well. You will need to make an account over on this part of the website, but once you've done that, you'll be free to register, jump into the league, and get yourself started. And if you just want to check out the standings, if you're interested in finding out more, they'll be over here for Europe. As we can see, have the games. We have the games sitting right here, and I think we actually already have the updates from earlier today. Boss Fight now taking the #2 spot, and their elo has gone up slightly. Up by 10. Not challenging beginners just yet. And we also have our Eastern North America side, or America's East is what I should be saying here as well. I don't think that got updated just yet, but this should be updated within a few minutes as well here, and you can find plenty more information about the league on this website as well. You can also check out the Discord if you guys are interested in talking to some of the players to figure out what you need to do to improve your own game, maybe get into some scrims as a ringer if you have the potential to do so, or maybe if you're good enough to make your own team as well. But Blue, before we do head off, anything last you want to say before we close out the show? No, I think we've covered our bases pretty well. So all right, it's been a pleasure being here. Yeah, it's always a pleasure working with you and our production team, as well as some great guys we have coming in for that one. Always some great things. Never a dull show around them. But guys, thank you again to Intel for putting on this whole thing, the VR League. This has been the VR Master League coverage of the Onward show. Next week on Saturday, we'll be covering some more Echo Arena, so make sure to tune into this channel if you want to see some of that. We have some fantastic games to show you there, because it's coming down to crunch time in that game where we're getting into the way of the last stage finals, then the regionals for North America and for Europe, and of course, Oculus Connect right around the corner in September in San Jose. Thank you guys again for joining us. We hope to see you guys next time, and hope you have a great night.